Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Bianchi. We're looking at number 13. An animal food bin is in the shape of a rectangular prism that is 2.5 feet long, 1.5 feet wide, and 3 1/3 feet high. The bin is half full of animal food, and what we want to know is what is the volume of the animal food in the bin? In other words, they have that highlighted in brown, and they give us choices. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to know how would we find the volume of the bin itself. We would be multiplying all the dimensions together. Volume equals length times width times height. We'll turn everything into improper fractions. Let's call this the length, 2.5. As an improper fraction, that would be 5/2. We'll call this the width, 1.5. As an improper fraction, that would be 3/2. And we'll call the height 3 1/3. As an improper fraction, that would be 10/3. And let's proceed with looking for reducing opportunities. So we can start with the 3's, divide by 3 and get 1, divide by 3 and get 1, and then maybe we can divide here and here, divide by 2 and get 1, divide by 2 and get 5, and I'm not seeing any other opportunities. So volume equals the product of this times this, 5 times 1 times 5, write that number right here, and then we have this times this times this, write that number right here. That'll be the volume of the bin. Now keep in mind that that choice will probably be listed, but that's not the answer because they want to know the animal food in the bin, which is it's half full. It's half full. So we have a couple approaches of how we can do this. Now, if it's half full, aren't we talking about breaking this thing up into equal groups of 2? So some people might say, well, I'm going to take that number, I'm going to divide it by 2. But that's the same thing as multiplying it by half. So you have your volume there in cubic feet. You're going to multiply that by half because we're half full. Now, once you finish that, in other words, the product of this times this times this, and have that number, and take half of it, then you're going to have how much food you have in the bin, and that will be in cubic feet. Now, if for some reason it's easier to go ahead and take that half and put it up here, instead of bringing it down here, because sometimes it gives you opportunities to reduce ahead of time. I don't see how that would benefit you by doing it that way, but some people would put it right away in the formula and just bring it down. It's probably best just to think of it as you have your volume of the entire thing. Whoops. You have your volume of the entire thing. I'm on the wrong thing here. And just take half of it. All right, good luck finishing that.